Can you study survival scientifically? Well, some scientists say you can only study physical things. You can't study non-physical things. That's nonsense. We study non-physical things all the time. We study emotions. You can't directly measure an emotion. You can't look under a microscope and say, this person is sad. You can't measure a blood level and say, oh, this guy's in love. You can't directly observe feelings. What you can directly observe are the after effects of them. And that's what we need to look at. Physicists do this. They produce subatomic particles that are so short-lived and so small they can't be directly observed. What you do is you look at the after effects. You shoot these particles through a bubble chamber, through a dense liquid, and look at the trails they make. You can't detect the particle. You can't detect the after effects, the trails. So this is what we need to do. We need to look at the trails that suggest survival. There are lots of types of evidence of survival. There's evidence that people who are now living have lived before. There's evidence that people who are now dead are still going. And there's evidence that mind can function separate from body. The evidence that people who are now living lived before includes verifiable memories of a previous life, personality traits, likes and dislikes that go to a previous life, unlearned skills, like being able to speak different languages, being able to play musical instruments that you weren't taught, and birthmarks and birth defects that carried over from previous life. The evidence that people who are now dead are still existing occur in spontaneous and invoked apparitions, not only seeing someone, but having them interact with you, communications through mediums and so forth. The evidence that mind and body can separate is not only from NDEs, but also from people who are demented and who, in their last moments before they die, actually become lucid again. We have produced a book called Irreducible Mind, 800 densely packed pages of scientific data showing that mind and body are not the same thing, that mind functions without body. This is still ignored by most scientists because it doesn't fit the model. Data that aren't fitting the model are called outliers. We can ignore them. Astrophysicist Paul Merrill said, if you eliminate data that don't agree, the remaining data agree very well. So where do NDEs fit into this picture of survival evidence? NDEs give us examples of enhanced mental function when the brain is not functioning. They give us accurate perception from an out-of-body experience. They give us visits from deceased people that tell us information that's accurate. And there are so-called Peak and Darien cases. Megan Callahan tells about some of these. These are people who see deceased loved ones in their NDE that no one knew had died. So where do we go from here? Near-death research is just beginning. It's only been here for 30 years. Now we have new, less invasive neuroimaging tools we can use to study people having NDEs that we didn't have 30 years ago. We have new research paradigms for studying these experiences we didn't have 30 years ago. We have lots of new tools. Will this tell us what death is all about? Can it help us change the image of death? More importantly, will this research tell us how to live more in tune with the universe? Will they tell us how mind and brain interact? Do they hold the key to life's mysteries? I want to leave you with the words of Swami Gyanananda. The bad news is there's no key to the universe. The good news is it's left unlocked.